Okay, so the previous videos from pastcalculus.com showed you the basics of the properties and formulas that I need you to know. Now it's time for some practice problems. Okay, here's 6 practice problems, and you should pause the video now, try to work these out on your own, and when you resume the video, this box here that is hiding the answers will disappear. Also, please note that in these first 5 problems, there's only one letter that appears in the function, whether that's u or t or x. Okay, so it's easy to figure out what variable which one's your variable for the differentiation. But in this last one, you got all different kinds of letters. You got A, Y, B, more Y, C, D, even more Y. So just pay attention to this note at the bottom. In this problem, A, B, C, and D are all constants. So you treat them the same way you would 5 or pi or e or anything like that. Also, in this last term, dy is a constant, is the constant d times the variable y. It is not dy as in dy dx, the derivative formula. Okay, so just consider this to be a constant times y to the negative first power. All right, good luck with it. Hope it comes easy for you. Pause the video now, and a couple seconds later, I'll unhide the box. Okay, so here's your answers. Sorry, I just thought that animation was kind of cool, so had to use it. So here's the answers for each problem, and of course, answers only tell you whether you're wrong or you're right. They don't tell you how wrong or right you are. You can find full solutions at this URL. And if you didn't get any of these, if you got any of these incorrect, please visit that URL to see a video explaining the solutions to each one of them. One thing I'll note is that I tried to mix up my notation for the derivative. I used the y prime here, I use h prime of x here, I use dg du here, dv dt here, l prime without the x. You could have easily have written L prime parentheses x and B prime. All of these notations are interchangeable. You could have written dy dx here. You could have written dh dx here. You could have written g prime of u here. You could have written v prime of t here. You could have written dl dx here. And you could write db dy here. It's all the same. As I said in the first series of videos, the prime notation and the d something notation are essentially the same, although when we get into some complicated functions, problems like differential equations, this notation, the d something over d something else, is actually the most descriptive and most useful of the various types of notation. Okay, so up next is, I guess I'll try to start a tradition of ending the video with the playlist with a amusing and hopefully educational song. This one is the Calculus Rhapsody by Word Gospel 09, and it is a parody of the Bohemian Rhapsody song. Also, you, of course, need to do homework. This was sent out to you via email. It's the AP Physics C Prep Day 2 homework.pdf. All right, hope you enjoyed the song.